And welcome back to another thrilling, exciting, fun-filled factoid episode of Turn the Page. That's right, we're your favorite guys, and we're here again to tell you all the things that you want to know about all the stuff that you didn't even know you needed to know about. We've got movie news, action figures in the movies or movies in the action figures. Who knows? But we're going to find out. And the main man that we need to talk to, not the Ghost Man McClay, but it's great to hear his opinions, but our toy junkie himself, the adorable sidekick, Ronnie Shanks. Go ahead and give us some of the down low of what has been released over the past few weeks.
Well, something that's really exciting that I forgot to tell you. So the Deathstroke figure I just got charged for. Yeah.
Oh.
And it's going to be in Deathstroke. Yeah, it comes in tomorrow. I might get to bring it. So that comes in, and the Red Death and Flash 2-pack have just released. Those come in as well. The Doctor Doom retro one is releasing soon.
Oh, with the books?
But, yeah, with the books and everything, where he throws the book at Richards. But one of the most exciting things is what McFarlane is releasing later this month. If you did the Kickstarter for Spawn, they finally released actual product images of the classic Spawn figure, and it is phenomenal looking.
It does.
I mean, it's just
really
the level of detail, the swords, the hinges on the cape. I mean, he paid attention and just, I mean, really, it is just a retooling and modernized version of the original action figure, and I'm just really happy they paid that,
Well, I mean, for what people paid,
that much attention to detail.
now, there better be attention to detail, right?
Is this the original, like a retooling of the original, or like the secondary line? Because I remember when McFarlane Toys came out,
The first one.
the first line where they weren't all, like, I like to say back in the day, they were dipped in black ink. Before that, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's the ones where they had 5 points of articulation.
Could actually
Yeah, the cape, and it had hinged. It was hinged like that. Yeah,
it's a lot like that, except, I mean, obviously, it's got a whole lot more of the flexible joints that they're using nowadays. I have seen some people gripe about the fact that they think that it looks more statuesque than it should. I can't really complain about having something that's statuesque, though. I mean, honestly, once I get it into a pose that it's going to work, it's going to stand there, it's not going to fall over every single time I open the door, that's where I'm leaving it most of the time. And I still have the 10th anniversary edition one that they released with the cross that he could crouch on. And I still like that one. So I think it looks good. I think that people, for what they paid for it, better get their money's worth. It better look good. It better have a lot of great paintsmanship, workmanship when it actually comes to, not just the one they take the picture of, but the ones that people get in the mail. Better look good.
Yeah, we'll be doing a review of that.
Yeah, we'll need to do a review on it when it happens.
The sculpt on it looked amazing.
I do have a question, though, Ronnie. When it comes to McFarlane's work in DC, he's been releasing some pretty good figures, some really off the wall, like, hey, I didn't think he was going to get around to that. I'm happy that Deathstroke's coming out. Obviously, I'm a big fan. But at the end of the day, do you feel like maybe he's about to run out of Batmans to make? Because he has made every single Batman there is possible already.
Oh no. He's had so many costumes over the years. He's had more costumes than Spider-Man. And look how many figures Hasbro's done.
There's a lot of Batman that he's flooding the market with. And we've gotten maybe like 2 or 3 Supermans, maybe 2 or 3 Green Lanterns, no hide nor hair of a lot of the other characters.
We haven't gotten a Green Lantern yet, technically.
Well, we're getting John Stewart.
Yeah, they just released images of it. He's going to be the first, Dawnbreaker Batman, but that's still Batman. You're going to get a John Stewart Green Lantern, and you're going to have Bizarro Superman, which looks freaking awesome. And then you're going to have Flashpoint Batman with the unmasked head sculpt, which some people are complaining to look like anime, but I'm like, okay, go back to the 90s, look at Todd McFarlane's work of anybody that was not wearing a mask. It looks exactly like his artwork, and I'm excited. I mean, it looks like his work that he did on Spider-Man. It's like it had that kind of vibe
I do
to
love
it.
Spider-Man. We got Venom out of that. I just worry that he's not, maybe he's adjusting that now. There was just a time here of like every single dark metal version of Batman, every Batman I could think of, new Batman, old Batman. It was like, okay, this is a lot of Batman. And I understand that everybody thinks that Batman is the only thing that sells for DC Comics. But there are some fans of the other stuff out there. Obviously, I have an entire shelf of nothing but Green Lanterns. So, just saying, branch out a little bit.
Well, what I find what's funny is like
possessed Sinestro. How about that? I want Fear Lord Sinestro.
That'd be good.
That'd be amazing.
I just think it's funny. I was reading online. Everyone's like, ugh, all these Batman is so, but that one looks so cool. I'm complaining, but I want it. And I think that's what's happening right now. It's like everyone's like, all these are awesome, but can we please have other characters? It's
I mean, they're good. They look good. Even the dark metal versions releasing look really cool. I'm not going to flood my room.
Oh yeah, I have those pre-ordered.
I mean, if you're a Batman guy, if you're just a Batman guy and that's all you collect is Batman, then this has probably been your heyday. And you're probably actually running out of money. You're like, oh, there's another Batman.
How much all these cost?
I'm just getting all the Bat Metal stuff.
How much is like a single Batman?
It's about $20.
20.
And so how many Batman are there?
Now?
Yeah.
I mean, he's probably released a good 15 to 20 Batman now.
Oh, wow. So you're talking like $5,000 to have a complete Batman collection.
Yeah, I mean, just since it's over, we've gotten classic Batman, New 52 Batman, all 6
animated,
of the evil Batman, the animated Batman. Now we've got
including the variants.
Oh, there was also the Nightfall Azrael Batman that they released.
Ooh, yeah. That's a perfect Batman.
Now they've got the Flashpoint Batman.
The Hellbat armor.
It's a couple hundred that you're looking. Oh yeah, well yeah, the Hellbat armor, but that one was really cool looking.
White Knight Batman. There's a Flashpoint Batman coming out. There's the Batman from the new Death Metal series with his motorcycle, which looks phenomenal.
Are we talking about the one, the Grim Knight?
Where he has the scythe? Yeah, the Grim Knight Batman with his motorcycle. That's a giant bat skeleton.
So, I mean, it is a lot. And I just think that for people who are fans and collectors, kind of akin to how Hasbro does it. When Hasbro has, I mean, obviously this whole size, Hasbro has the market. They own it because they know that they're not only releasing the character that you want, they're also releasing different variants and age sculpts of a whole plethora of characters, and they're releasing them like, I mean, too much, almost too much. It's almost like, hey, Hasbro, can you calm down for a second? Because I'd like to.
Oh yeah, no,
that's savings account.
That's all of us right now, man. That's all. Speaking of Hasbro,
I mean, I miss the days of DC Direct and Marvel Select.
Yeah.
Now I'm not complaining too much because I do enjoy a lot of the stuff that I've gotten my hands on. I didn't think they were ever going to make, but. And the joint and the technology that they've put into the joints and the posability and everything is just, it's awesome. It's epic. It's great. I'm not complaining really. But in the day when DC Direct was releasing like the Death and Return of Superman series, and it was just like 4 or 5
that
figures.
was
You had
awesome.
Superboy, Steel, Cyborg Superman, and the black suit Superman, right? So I mean, but that was really cool.
And Eradicator.
Yeah, Eradicator. But you had to wait for it. You had to try to get your hands on it. I mean, it was just, that was really neat. In the Batman Nightfall series, same thing. You had the Azrael Batman. You had, nobody cared about the Ninja Batman thing. I don't know why they even made that. Like, just push that to the side. But Nightwing and Rob, I mean, it was really neat to wait and see what they were going to come up with next. And there was a lot of anticipation and building. So I think that went in tow with it. And then when Marvel Select was doing its thing from the Diamond Select distributors, you waited for one figure at a time. And at that point,
Yeah.
I mean, it's really good figures, but, you know.
They're still making some of them. It's just few and far between.
Yeah, they go a lot slower now because, I don't know if it has to do with rights or whatever. Hasbro's got the market, but I just kind of miss that rarity.
Oh, and speaking of Hasbro, I saw some of their Power Ranger news today.
Oh, yeah?
Did you ever watch Power Rangers in Space?
Yeah, a little bit. That's actually, I was telling Caleb the other day, that's where I tapered off. One
Same.
thing from
I don't think I
Zero to
ever tapered
Space,
on to
that's
Power
where I
Rangers.
tapered off. I'd catch it every once in a while, but they had the really weird fellow that was the Red Ranger for Space. He had really long,
Andros.
strange hair. Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, that's the figure that they're doing. It's a 2-pack of him and Astronema, the villain lady with the blue hair.
I could, but for kids that grew up in that era where Space was where they jumped on, I'm happy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy. They're Hasbro, like I said, they own the market when it comes to
And they're
Power
also
Ranger,
doing
G.I. Joes, Marvel. They're killing it. All
and
of them
Star
are so
Wars.
good. And Star Wars too. And then, I mean, they're just killing it. Like I have a Duke action I can look at. I've got Star Wars
and Ghostbusters now.
Yeah. So I mean they're killing it. Whoever it is that's sitting over at the Has brothers, whoever they are, they're just like, dude, so happy we were sitting on a lot of these properties for so long.
Is that Ghostbusters?
dude.
Is that the show, the TV show, or is that the movies?
The movies.
The movie ones.
So yeah,
They could probably own
Bill
both.
Murray and Dan Aykroyd. And,
Yeah.
Yeah, all of them.
yeah, I would like to see the cartoon like toys be revisited because there's a lot of variation with the ghosts, and there's a lot of toys that could be produced with the cartoon version.
I can almost guarantee those are going to come. It's
It'd be
Hasbro.
another
Man.
HasLabs buyout for the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
I
Or
bet
the
you
actual-
that's going to happen.
The Ectomobile.
Oh, that's supposed to release at Target later this year
Wow.
or early next year. So yeah,
It's just the age of collecting. It is
man.
beyond me.
Like they've gotten the furthest with Power Rangers than even Bandai did
Yeah.
with their stuff that they're trying to do. Like they're starting to make villains now.
Oh
like,
yeah. Lord
King
Zed, Rita
Sphinx.
Repulsa. Like Rita Repulsa actually getting a figure blew my mind.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not even that, but like the monsters are getting figures now. Like King Sphinx. Even the pumpkin wrapper guy is getting one, and like he actually comes with like 3 little and he comes with tiny little pumpkin heads that you can replace the heads of the Power Rangers and the buddies with. So funny.
That's great. Hopefully they go back into some of the legacy line and get us some more of the weapons, the Zords.
Dude, yeah.
I was really waiting because they had gotten all the way through the Ninjas Zords, but they hadn't gotten into Zeo. and I was sort of dreading and hoping that they were going to make another Pyramidas. It was one of my favorite things back in the day. And if my cousin Danny ever needed to know what a pyramid looked like again, I could show him. This is a pyramid, Danny. It's a triangle. You know,
It
we
has
turn the page. We can prove it. But it was just so cool. Like it turned into a battle sled for all the Zords to ride on. It could store the thing inside of it. It had the freaking gauntlet guns, and it was just one of the coolest things, I think.
I bet you that's coming to HasLab. I bet you.
Well, they still have all the Zeo Zords that they didn't make, and it's just, but keep with the die-cast, keep with the high-end production quality, and I'm sure it's just a big money market right there that you can just dive in forever. Hopefully, at some point in time, maybe Hasbro will just buy out Thundercats too, and then we'll get a whole Thundercats series.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'd like to see that.
That would be cool if I don't care if Hasbro buys out all the other Mattel licenses. Mattel is they give me a conniption fit. I have a love and hate relationship with Mattel. So it took them like 2 to 3 years to get all the characters I wanted for He-Man back when I collected the He-Man figures. But then I sold them, like an idiot. And they're doing the same thing with Thundercats. I mean, they didn't even release everybody.
Yeah.
And that's what Mattel does. They release like certain characters and they take like 2 to 3 years to release them. They do the exact opposite of what Hasbro does. And it irks everyone. And
Hasbro's like, here's everybody you want.
Frustrating.
All in the same Build-A-Figure wave. And, oh yeah, by the way, we'll have the Battle Cat tank ready to go later this month. Like, it's before you even can recover your savings account, they've released everything else you ever wanted in your life. And you're like, oh, stop, hold on, wait. I told you to take my money, but give me some back.
Quality control with Mattel was deplorable. Man, I remember I was so happy I finally found Captain Atom. The man had 2 right biceps.
Now that did happen to me actually with I think it was one of the Build-A-Figures from Hasbro, Caliban. The Caliban Build-A-Figure has 2 left feet, or 2 left legs, really. But I just pose him in such a way that you're not going to see his other leg. Like, it's fine. Don't pay any attention to the man behind the screen. It's fine.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of toy news that we've gone over, but it's been a big deal. I think that it's become a big deal to everyone within our community, I guess. Almost the addiction to having that next purchase, that next completion, that next nostalgic attachment. To a degree, some of it is great. Some of it's just like, yes, I couldn't wait. I love everything that's going on. But at the same time, it's a little bit of, hang on a second. Don't take all the special out of it. Because a lot of the special used to be waiting. It used to be, remember the catalog that used to come out for like Target or whatever when you were a little kid?
Oh, dude,
my mom would hand me the catalog and I'd flip straight to the toy section and try to figure out what I wanted that year for Christmas. I guess I miss some of that stuff. I miss some of that waiting all year so that when you finally got your hands on the movie edition Spawn figure, you slept with it in your bed and wouldn't even roll over the entire night because you didn't want to mess up the figure. Like that, I know that that's the feeling that they're getting from us. They're attaching themselves to that and getting us to, because we're the people with the money now and we're spending it on ourselves. But I miss some of that. I don't really have that anymore. It's like, bring it home, take it out, pose it. I am not a box collector. Sorry. everybody out there that's a box collector.
Me
I'm just
either,
not-
man. Look at my shelves.
Yeah, this
I
is
open
here.
everything.
It's here to be enjoyed.
Look at my shelves.
Yeah, yours are amazing. I've never seen so many of
So
the
clean. I
translucent
cleaned today.
figures in one place.
Cleaned up the studio.
That
Got
is
rid of all that.
amazing.
I collect boxes
clean.
because not the figures, but like for stuff that I might want to return one day or sell. I just have some boxes.
Well, I mean, speaking to a few of the figures, I have some of the boxes. I could put them back in there, and the boxes are in great condition.
Yeah, I mean, like I got boxes to like electronics, not to like toys or anything like that. I did have a very good friend who was really big into collecting Japanese Transformers, and I would go over to his apartment, and he had a like really large kind of walk-in closet, and that's where he kept all his empty boxes just stacked. Because he liked there was at the time people would buy those and keep them in the boxes, and he was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take it out and put it on display." But he did keep the boxes.
Yeah, I kept, like I said, I've kept some. I got one of the Japanese made. What is it? Takatomi. I can't think of the name of the company.
Takara Tommy.
Kara,
Yeah.
Takara
I've got
Tommy.
their Optimus Primal Beast Wars. But I kept the box for that because I mean it's a very intense figure. It's got all the goodads and everything, pop out guns, changeable faces. It is awesome.
it's really like
Obviously,
cathartic
I'd
for me
want a
to
rat
throw
trap like that.
boxes.
I don't know if they ever did come out with a rat trap in that same vein, but I keep the box for that. I keep the box for a lot of the Megazords and stuff like that. Obviously, that's the big money in my room is the Power Ranger stuff, the weapons, the morphers, the Transformers, or the Megazords, sorry. But that's a lot of big money. Put them back in the box, let people know, hey, there's some shelfware, but the box is in mint condition, the toy's in great condition. And they're like, okay, cool, here's $1,000. I said, what? You know, like, good Lord. If I had just bought like 3 of the Power Swords, the Red Ranger Power Sword, when that came out, go ahead and pay my rent for the next 2 months. Like it's ridiculous.
Yeah, a friend of mine was big into, I don't know if they were like Takara or not. They were like whoever was making Macross in Japan in the early 2000s. And they just had the most intricate, like, you know, like they transformed,
I
but there was
wanted
like,
those.
oh, he got everyone that came out. Like there was one, like a stealth version of it. And they were not cheap when they were first out for purchase. But now either you can't buy them or they're out of your price range. Like, and you know, I don't even know if he kept the boxes or not to those, but they're behind glass, like in his house now. But they're gorgeous.
Well, I mean, that's the true aspect of being a collector. It's like you got to get the thing that you want and put it on display somewhere. You're doing great because you have it. What I don't like nowadays is like Hasbro's releasing all the great stuff, enough for everybody to get one, but almost the day before it's released, somebody's price gouging. Or the day after it's released, when you just can't find it in the wild, people are price gouging. Like,
oh yeah,
it is $20, and even that is like give or take, but $20. If the second it comes out, you're out there on eBay trying to sell that for $300, you should be ashamed of yourself, and your mother probably is ashamed of you too. You're probably the same guy that's replacing figures with other figures in boxes in the store. So you know what? It's ridiculous. There's more than enough of them. Hasbro's releasing enough of them. If anything ever goes out of stock, they usually rebrand it, release it again. Even the Build-A-Figures they've released, put together at a later date. Kingpin is now out. I know that I have him, but I put the Shadow King head on it. But Ronnie's going to get himself a Kingpin now because they've got a classic wave coming out. So
it's right there.
See? So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, wait long enough, they give you some stuff. I mean, there's no real wait for it. There's no real, you'll never have it again. But there are some prize gougers out there that I really just wish they weren't a part of the collectors community. I really wish they would go crawl into a cave somewhere and let a boulder drop on them.
Yeah, I've never really been a fan of the collector who collects to resell, and that's not just toys. That's anything. I always thought of collectors as like, well, for me, I was talking to a friend of mine about purchasing art that I like, and that's my mentality. Like, I think I have good taste, and so I feel like that if I like something, like a comic book cover from like the '90s, that it might be worth something one day. And if it isn't, that's okay too, because I like it. And
Yeah, I
I
like
can
the
put it on
art.
display.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not buying it
Yeah.
because I want it to appreciate and like make me money later. I'm buying it because I enjoy it. I enjoy owning it. I enjoy looking at it, and then thinking about how I own it while I look at it. That's what I like about art or like toys. It's an art form too. It's like little sculptures. But
yeah,
yeah,
little
it really,
statues everywhere.
yeah,
That's
it
great.
irks me when people like think of art as something to like appreciate and then sell. Like, don't buy art
Or
if you
not
don't.
even appreciate. They just want it in bulk. Like they'll go out and buy everything that you can't get, so you can't get it. So that
Mm.
they have that supply and demand issue going on.
Yeah, we're seeing that like in price gouging with like Nvidia's video cards. That they're having to put like limits on how many anybody can buy because bots will just buy 1,000, and then because no one can get them, now they can sell them for whatever they want.
Exactly. Well, before we go, I guess I'll just end it by saying, look, if you're in the same vein as everybody else that bought up the toilet paper so that you could sell it on eBay, you're a horrible person. Stop doing that. Go find yourself and maybe find a deity too. Jesus is needed in your life. Just go get over yourself. Stop trying to rape people of their money just so that they can have a little piece of something that they want to make themselves happy. As for everybody else, if you like it, if it makes you happy, then collect it, man. Collect it and display it proudly. Have fun with your life. Have fun with everything that you enjoy. And I appreciate you for coming out to see us. Don't forget to click like, subscribe, share, tell your grandma all about us. Get the word out. And as always, we have our Patreon. Go ahead and check out our Patreon and just go ahead and have a great day. Have a great life and be good to everybody around you. Again, thanks for my ghost man McClay and my adorable sidekick for coming out and the technical difficulties department. I enjoy the heck out of all you guys. You make my life complete. And until next time, I'll keep on loving you and keep on loving the world.